us have a really great concept of really what resilience is. So if you can just, in your terms, what does resilience mean to you? And the reason I'm saying that Boost True is really built on a resilience foundation, which is really about the overcoming. Really, what is, in your sense, what is resilience mean?
I think resilience is the ability to really understand that you've gone through something, whether it's a death in the family or a loss of a job or a loss of a marriage, and understanding that you really have two choices. You can stay in it and wallow in the despair of it and, really, really stay hurt and angry and sad, or you can pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move forward. It's kind of like, I really love my birthday. I'm a total freak about it, and I celebrate for the entire month of January because I don't really have an option not to. If you don't like turning another age more, having a birthday, the alternative is death, right? You either have a birthday or you're not here any longer. And I think that that's how I look at most everything. Every single day we have the opportunity to get up and make our bed. And some people don't. And I like to have that little check off in the morning. It's making your bed. It's nothing major. It's nothing new skill that you have to learn. But for me, it makes me realize that I'm up another day. I made it. Like I woke up. So getting that bed made. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of rituals of, making my coffee and taking my collagen and taking my nootropic and my NAD, all of our products that are really focused on anti-aging. But I have a choice to not. And if I don't, then I don't really have that little sense of accomplishment. I'm not fulfilling my obligation that I've made to myself, that I've made to my team, that I've made to my company. I am a product of the product. Like I use our stuff. And I go through that every day. But people that fall into life and they have something happen, they can stay in it. And I always say, experience it, feel it, but don't let grass grow under your feet. Because if grass is growing under your feet, that means that you're still in that moment. You're still in that ick. Like get out of the ick and move on. And when it came to losing my father, would he want me stuck in life, mourning his loss? Like, no, that man was 70 years old. He was an athlete. He was at the prime of his life. He only had 1 month in retirement. From the moment that he quit working to the moment that he died was 1 month. His whole life savings for 1 month of fun. And I thought to myself, no way, I'm not going to live that way. I'm going to live every day. Not that it's my last, but I'm going to live it to its fullest. And resiliency, to me, again, just means we have to get up, dust ourselves off, and move on with vigor. You got to do it with a lot of passion.
Yes, and you brilliantly said it, because if I'm supposed to encapsulate everything you said, it's really centered around recovery, which is recovery from succumbing, right, to those challenges and setbacks, those adversities that you're faced with. And then you go into you adapt. You adapt to the circumstances. What can I change? What can I change my perspective? How I can have that growth mindset to be able to overcome, right?
Yeah.
And then
move on.
Yes, exactly. And move on. Don't look back. And then, of course, there's the network, the social support network, which you've done beautifully because you were intentional in making sure that you have got a group of women so that those experiences that other women walked, or some women walked, would be transferred in terms of knowledge and insight, so that they wouldn't necessarily have to repeat those I say failures, but repeat those circumstances are not
circumstances. You're right. Yeah, habits, patterns. Right.
Yes. And we need more people like you, Sybil. We really do not.
Or like you.
Go there and change the world. It does happen. It didn't happen to you. It happened through you. And that's what I had to really do as I should say, I like to call myself a guinea pig. Been a guinea pig a lot in terms of really chemical to mental health, that itself is a guinea pig.
Right.
So, but somebody has to pay that, make that ultimate sacrifice for betterment of life
Absolutely.
everywhere. And I'm so grateful to have someone of your caliber and to hear you doing that and leading so beautifully in that. So thank you very much for
Oh,
all you do.
thank you.
Yes. And so if we're just to look at if you look back at the key challenges, what are the key challenges or stresses you face in your current role as an crystal executive? And how do you personally cultivate resilience to overcome them? I know you spoke a lot about your dad, but I'm talking about your day-to-day current roles and responsibilities. How do
Sure.
you use resilience? Yeah.
So I quickly realized that in this industry, if you don't have this kind of mindset, which is, get yourself up, dust yourself off, move on, there's a lot of people that do not have that attitude. They don't have the mindset. Um, our company really focuses a lot on mindset and mind work. So I feel very fortunate that I've just got it along the way. I don't think I was born to absolutely, always believe everything that Tony Robbins says. But if you really think about it, he was one of our keynote speakers. I got to have that experience early on. So I understood quickly that this is real stuff. Like the stuff he talks about is not voodoo. It's real. Like there is real energy, and there really is proof that positive thinking will move you further than negative thinking. It's
Right.
real. And I was able to experience that based on, I think, what Isagenix has brought to us at all of our conferences and so on. And I realized that not everybody was exposed to that, and not everybody has been exposed to that and then believes it or carries it on in their day-to-day life. So to have gumption, you need to have a support system around you. So I quickly realized if they didn't have that exposure, if they didn't have that belief, if they didn't understand the importance of having a really positive mindset, I was going to create it for them. So I started something probably 6 years ago with 3 other teammates called Tribe Time. And it was a gathering of, we call ourselves orphans, where you come into a company and maybe the person that brought you into that company is no longer a part of the company. And we were all here in Arizona. That's where our corporate headquarters are. So we all gathered, and it became just this awesome sisterhood, like a fellowship that we would meet every Tuesday and really, again, talk about what was working. And they brought me so much information that I didn't have. And it just became this awesome think tank and mind dump of things that were working. We weren't really talking about much that wasn't working because we had so much that was, and we all had so much to share. So we created this thing called Tribe Time, and it was meeting in person once a week. And then when COVID happened, we actually started meeting on Zoom. So now Tribe Time is still every Tuesday, exact same time, but we're global. And so we have people that get up and set their alarms and join us from Belgium and from, other countries where it's not probably real convenient to join us, but they found the value in joining us. And so they've got a lot to bring. And our company has launched opening these other countries. So they're pretty new with Isagenix, with these products. So they need the knowledge of us veterans, worker bees that have been through it already. And that's been one of the ways that I've really tried to give that philosophy, that mindset to others that don't have it yet. And then I also do a call every single morning called Power Hour, where we get together and we send out birthday greetings, or we write a note. This is on our Wednesday call. We write a handwritten note to somebody that maybe came across your heart that day. We've got a teammate that's dealing with some loss in her family, and so we all are flooding her mailbox with love and cards. But if I didn't start that, she wouldn't get the cards today. She might get one from me, but my point is like doing it in the masses. If it's working, if it's good juju, like start a movement. And so I bet we've been doing these calls for 3 years now that we get on Monday through Friday in the morning, And then we get on Monday through Wednesday in the evening for those that work during the day. So we've created this amazing infrastructure and support system that, they don't have to wait for their leader to start it. I already did it. But I think that they're also getting the message that if Sybil doesn't do it, I'm armed with all the resources I need to start my own. And maybe they want to start it at noon on a Thursday. Whatever the need is, I think that they feel empowered to know what's necessary, to understand resources, to understand infrastructure, to understand what support really looks like and feels like, and they can do it their way wherever they happen to be.
That's right. So that is called lead and then get out of the way.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I love that.
And I do love it. I mean, it's empowerment. Nobody else really can truly empower you other than yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So you're the greatest empowerment source. Always.
True.
And so I love the fact that you've when I look at the structure here with the tribe and the power call or what have you, all those are really key ways in which you can enforce like social resilience, because resilience has many components, right? Cognitive, emotional, and social resilience. So I see the emotional resilience piece is definitely there, and the social resilience in terms of that network and that support structure, especially to do that during COVID. It's highly, and for it to last outside.
Yeah, it continues still to this day.
Yeah, global, yes. We need more movements like that, particularly with women. We need to be encouraged because we always tend to leave ourselves last, as last resort. And who's looking at us? And so we need to create our own tribe. And if a tribes are created in every industry sector and we have more Sybils around, what would life be? It would be amazing. So thank you for doing that. And so let's move on into emotion intelligence mastery for a minute. So how important do you consider emotion intelligence? I like to call it EQ in your role as a crystal executive as Isagenix.
So they always say that hairdressers are really just therapists, underpaid therapists. Absolutely. And I find myself in that same role, and I'm proud of it. For people to come to you and open up about something other than, the shake that they made that morning, because that's kind of what brought us together was the shake. But now we're family, and now we really, really rely on each other. I mean, I've helped friends literally physically drive their moving truck from one state to relocate to another state. I mean, that sort of connection would not have happened if it hadn't been for Isagenix. So I never forget that was the vehicle, but it's not necessarily the journey. And it started with a shake, but it's led to, in essence, a family. So I think that the emotional piece is something that can be a hindrance to some. I mean, people don't really want to hear everyone else's problems, but it's part of it. If you're going to be a leader, you're going to hear all of it. You're going to hear the good, the bad, the tears. Sometimes you hear too much TMI. Our products, we talk a lot about gut health, and that leads to a lot of TMI, but we have to be there for it, because when people start taking and processing the kind of nutrition that their bodies really and truly should be processing, that's rich protein. That's a lot. That's a lot on a body that maybe has just been living with fast food. So you're going to go through some detox, and with detox comes some physical things in a person's body that you have to talk about. So, I do have to be very knowledgeable on, nutrition, digestion, sleep, cognitive functioning, what people go through when they lose weight. When they lose weight rapidly, people lose their hair. So now we have a hair revival product. So we really have had to talk a lot. And because I'm available to them every single day, I'm available to my team. There's 9 opportunities to jump on a call with me based on the workload that we've put together and the schedule that we've put together. But I do have to hear about marriages. I have to hear about kids. I guess I shouldn't say I have to. I get to be a part of the decisions that these people make, that they're going through. And emotionally, some people don't like that. They don't like to coach. They don't like to help others. They don't like to hear it. Well, they should probably get into a different business then.
Exactly.
So this business is a people business, and
Mhm.
people have many facets, and it's not always wonderful. And I went through divorce myself. And I think that because I have that check on my bio, people come to me with marital issues. And it's not a great place to go back to in my head and in my heart, but I owe it to them. And I needed that sort of support when I was going through it myself. So the wisdom that I carry from all of my life experiences allows me to be empathetic, sympathetic, but I'm not getting stuck in the weeds. I'm not going to let them stay there very long. I'm going to help them get out of the pit and move on. But the emotional piece, some people don't like that. I personally would prefer that it's always really progressive, productive talk, but let's be real, it's not. And I think that a lot of people really, really just need a friend. And I'll be that. I'll be that because it's very authentic when you're in this industry, in this space. You're going to hear it all, and I'm here for it.
I love that. And what the big thing that I got out of that, the biggest meaning was really how beautifully you apply, you leverage emotional intelligence in the day-to-day business, right, of Isagenix. And the issue that I've had, or the main issue that I've had in being in corporate America, in particular in the high-tech sector for, close to 20 years, it's always been, you're told or you're expected to put your emotion processing and emotional health and well-being as lower priority, second priority to hard metrics and performance data, business, profitability data, which obviously it's key. That's why we have jobs, right? To generate revenue, but at the same time, it should never be at the expense of, just really true organic interactions, emotion processing, to really help people, be people, show up as people, and have them show up as a human element and not as a number. So in doing that, I can see right away that your industry sector, there's a big difference there in how you were able to maintain that excellent differentiator from others. Yes, awesome work. And so before moving on, I just want to reiterate, emotional intelligence for the upcoming female executive leader. The emotional intelligence is really your ability to identify, understand your emotions, and to regulate your emotions, and as well as identify and understand the emotions of others, the other parties that you're engaging with, and difficult conversations and so forth. Understand their position so that you can actually reach a compromise, and that's where the empathy knob comes in, of course. So again, all working towards that social awareness. So it's very, very key for business negotiations, just for business operations, day-to-day operations, fundamental. So what specific skills or competencies, Sybil, related to emotional intelligence do you believe are crucial for success at your executive level? Besides what you've already mentioned, are there any specific skill sets or competence? Maybe there's a training or a development program that you have utilized and that you found quite helpful to your journey, your personal development journey. Anything to share there?
Well, I definitely believe that when given the opportunity to attend some mind workshops, go. I mean, you will always benefit greatly from them. And oftentimes they are like buy one, get one free. So you can actually grab a friend and go to a Brendan Burchard high performance academy workshop with someone. That was probably very pivotal for me. Brendan Burchard, I think my understanding was Tony Robbins' coach for a while. So when I hear those sort of things, I'm going. And I have an opportunity to go to a Kristen